and I'm bringing you a live stats and class setup video live from the PS4. First off, before I get straight into this, I want to say thanks to the people watching my live stream. It all means a lot to me when you're in the stream and you're commenting. I know a lot of you guys that I've been playing with or I've seen from various things have been commenting in the chat saying that I should run different setups and the gun setups that you've been telling me to run and try out and play and see how I do, and you know, so on and so forth. And I tell you what, you guys, if you've been watching, some of the gameplays and clips I've hit with your setups have been quite, extraordinary and well, quite alarming and crazy at the moment. So anyway, I'm not going to cut it short or anything. I'm going to make this, a full video, a quite impact video, so you can see what I've done through my career to get to where I am at 400. So anyway, let's get straight into it. First off, I'm going to start off with my stats. Now, as of the other day, I've only just turned to level 400 and 402. Obviously, I'm going to get straight onto. So my stats, as you can see, my wins to my losses is still, well, I think it's good. Obviously, the main key pointer is obviously the kill to death ratio, 2.67. That has drastically gone up since I last tried it, because when I first started I was rocking a 287, then it went straight down after I had to learn how to play hardcore and going for dark matter grind. It just completely killed it, dropped me all the way down to a 252. I'm still on the up climb and getting it back. If you've been watching my live streams, you'll know that I've been literally dropping 50, 60, 70, 80. Even a couple games the other day I dropped 100 bombs plus, trying to get them nukes up, or not even getting the nukes, just going for high kill, intense gameplays and making sure that, I'm getting them kills and going positive in my in my stats. So after all that, there's not really too much to it. These are what I'm rocking at the moment. I could say I could be try and get a bit higher on this and get that 270 mark and push beyond it. I'm going to go straight over into my medals. For you who've not really seen my stats or don't really know anything about it, I only have 10 nukes. I'm not heavily focused on getting nukes. Not like I can't go for them or I can't drop them. It's just I'm always either cut short, or it's just, the games aren't going to give it to me, or I'm generally not after a nuke. I know a lot of people I played with are heavily focused on getting, stupid amounts of nukes. It is pretty impressive if you can just keep going and dropping 30 without dying. That's by all means, that's your fun. But at the moment, it's not too bad. I've been really killing it on hardcore with my one shot, one kill medals. That I'm very impressed with. I do want to keep going. I want to make that a lot higher than what it is. So in my next live streams or my streams after this, you will see. They're all my other medals, the streaks I run the most, and anything else. They're not really that important. I know everybody likes to see like kill chains, brutals, nuclear, unstoppables, etc. So that is pretty much my stats overall. As you can see, compare it to yours. Comment down what you've got or what could be better or what I could use. So after all that, we're going to go straight now into my creator class and what I run. So straight away you'll see I've got an ABR, which is one of the, well, it's a cracking gun, I'll tell you that. If you're not using it in hardcore, go for it. Go into hardcore, use this weapon and see what you get, because sometimes it's just, out of this world what you can get, kills wise. It's just literally a one shot kill, no questions asked, and you can move on. So literally right now I'm running quick draw, suppressor and the operator mod. You can change all of this to suit your style. You do not have to run any of this, but I do highly recommend the ABR in hardcore. That is definitely for sure. So I run a ComSec device. I also run perks, cold-blooded and ghost. You don't have to run them. You can use anything you want, but I prefer to use these two in hardcore for various reasons, and to make sure that I'm getting the maximum, effort out of my gear by using these. Custom number 2 is obviously the MX9. Now again, you do not have to use this. You do not have to need this variant. straight away, you know, MX9 has been quite a big hit lately with everybody using it in hardcore. I've seen loads of people running around, you know, using this and just storming with it. Many of the other YouTubers I've seen or I've played with, MX9, they've got it. This is one of the builds that I like personally, is the ELO, stock, long barrel and F&J. Now once again, you can swap these out. You can have rapid fire, high caliber, hybrid mags, whatever you prefer. This is all about how you prefer to play, not how I play. So don't base this on, you know, what you see is what you're going to get pretty much. Again, ComSec, you know, tac mask, cold blooded, ghost, the usual. This is my setups anyway. Straight on to custom 3. Oh, the dreaded Titan. You know, everybody bangs on about how bad this gun is or how newbie it is or whatever you want to call it. Generally, this gun is the major support weapon. If you're taking a beating and you really want to, you know, get back at somebody, use this. Obviously, double F&J, extended mags, recon scope, and again, same perks for my MX9 build is again on this build, but I do recommend this weapon definitely, and I mean definitely, for getting streaks out of the way and mowing people down, and you know, just letting the lobby know, you know, I'm here. You know, don't start pulling anything funny because it will get taken out or you will be gotten rid of. So on to number 4, the famous Cordite class. This is my build. Once again, it's all preferable, and as you can see, the same perks throughout. F&J, long barrel, and the operator mod again. Now, if you don't know, FMJ is definitely one of the hardest hitters in hardcore, without a doubt, because majority of players do run armor. You know, you can't not fault that. Anybody you run into is probably running armor, so definitely stick FMJ on if you can, or any sort of, you know, advantage you can get on somebody, stick it on, because I tell you what, you will, you know, you'll be doing stupid amounts of damage and they'll be thinking how you're shredding them all the time. FMJ. On to the next one is my ICR. Now, this gun, even though, you know, it's been swapped, changed, buffed, nerfed, whatever you want to call it, this is a hard hitting weapon in hardcore. Once again, this gun here is just, you know, point, aim, shoot. You don't have to run this again, the same again. I'm running obviously grip, F&J quick draw, so you can run the double grip with the quick draw or the double grip and the F&J. You don't have to run recon. I run recon as well, but if you didn't know this, and I'm going to point this out here, if you did not know this, little tip here, range in this game does change circumstances, because what it does is it's your bullet fall off. So I know it doesn't really exist in Call of Duty. You can fire a bullet and it will travel the distance of the map. But what this does is in multiplayer, obviously, the more range you got, the more chance of when your bullets are landing, they're at their max power, their max potential pretty much. So you'll see a lot of my builds running recon just for that range. That range does make a difference. Even though it may be only viewing difference, that is, you know, that is the big key between, you know, winning a fight and not winning a fight for me anyway. On to number 6. Now this class I did run last night on stream from a viewer, and I dropped 100 bomb with it, and it was just absolutely melting. I mean, I've ran it before, and I ran it in core because with this double high caliber, I've only ran it in core. I've never used it in hardcore, but one of the streamers guys on the stream said, why not try it? And I did, and it just absolutely annihilation. So I've kept it on, and I'm going to give it a couple more goes and see how it goes from there. But definitely, if you haven't ran this in hardcore, or you are running it, you know, you are in a sweet spot, definitely. So moving on, number 7, Maddox. Now, this, you know, apparently this is like the god gun, you know, this is one of the overrated guns of the game. This, in my opinion, is very good in core. In hardcore, not really. But I use it anyway because of this double quick draw setup. I mean, if I want to win a fight or I want to, you know, start snapping to it really quickly, Maddox is the gun. I mean, if you've noticed by now, I'm running the same perks. But I'll tell you why I run these perks at the end. But yeah, double quick draw. If you don't want to use that, obviously use the operator mods and whatever else from there really. Moving on again, number 8. Now this is a gun, Hades. I mean, this gun just rips sometimes. It is really good in hardcore. If you're getting killed by it in hardcore, put it on, and you'll see why. I mean, this, you know, this is only like a couple bullets kill, easy peasy. Pull, shoot, and it's one of the only LMGs that just fires straight constantly without you know, without critical kick. Once again, you don't have to have dual zoom. All these attachments, it all can be interpretedly used differently to how you guys play. I only play hardcore now, considering that I've got so used to it, and the feel of it is just more realistic for me, so I'm going to keep on playing it. Comsec, again, if you've not noticed throughout all of them, don't forget, obviously, if you're watching this, don't forget to pause it at points, copy it or change it or whatever you want to do with it. Number 9, the famous GKS. Now, as you know, if you're not running this, you're doing something wrong. Everybody is running this. You may not like it. Don't blame me if you don't like it. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, shall we say. It's one of these where it's like Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. For me, at times, I do hate it for the hit markers, but when I'm getting them streaks and I'm really hitting hard, you know, I love it. I think it's one of these guns where it's just, it's a moment-to-moment sort of thing. It's situational based, but as long as you've got the accuracy and, you know, you've got the patience and you're focused, this is a cracking weapon. Number 10. Now, let's just say this gun is just, you know, a one-shot kill, pretty much. If you have been watching my streams recently and I'm playing firing range, this is the gun I'm always picking. Without a doubt, it will be this gun. You will, you know, you can slaughter enemies upon enemies upon enemies of the opposite team in just a few bursts. You will just annihilate. You will literally cut through them. Now it sounds like I'm hyping it up. I am, because this is just one weapon of many, if nothing compared to this, that will just literally cut players down. And I'm super impressed with it. This is, you know, once again, recon's up to you, but it's just unbelievable in hardcore, definitely. I haven't tried this one out. I just chucked this on last night, so I'm going to give it a few more tests. I haven't actually had a proper game with it yet, but I will get round to it. But this is something I would kind of run in hardcore, because already the KN is already a hard hitting weapon. Maybe a bit slow, but you know, it's all about taking your time when you're landing your shots. That's when it really makes the difference. And last but not least, but this is one of the best, you know, this is a really good gun in hardcore. I'm not really a big fan of it in core. I tried it, doesn't work for me. Hardcore, this works. You know, this is, well, one of the best guns in hardcore, I think. It's just literally the KN, but with more control and better sights. Once again, obviously, reflex, FMJ, quick draw, fast mags. There's not really a lot to it. Comsec. Now, if you're wondering why, for all the, you know, the classes I'm running, either, you know, Ghost or Tactical Mask or Cold-Blooded, and this is the reason why. When I'm streaking, or when I'm going for long gameplays, or I'm solo, which is quite a majority of the time now, is that if you read Cold-Blooded, it literally makes you more resistant. It sounds, you know, like, you know, the most annoying thing in the world, but when you're playing with it and you're using it, it makes us, you know, a whole lot of difference, shall we say. For instance, like, I know I'm big heavy thing on stream where I'm like, oh, you don't need to run Ghost in hardcore, you know, you don't need to do this, you don't need to sit there, you know, I complain about, but I'm actually running it. Bit hypocritical, I know, but I am actually running it. But with cold-blooded, obviously, if you're reading it, it says it increases your resistance to enemy ability, equipment, and score streak targeting systems. Enemy AI will be deployed when targeting you, or shall I say, delayed. Because when I say deployed, I mean I've been standing next to a strike team that's enemy side, and they've literally not looked at me. They've just, they've been dropped right near me, not even noticed me, like I didn't even exist. So literally run that. And obviously the player controlled score streaks will not highlight you with a targeting reticle. So, use it. If you're going to streak up and you want to go nukes or whatever, there's no hidden secret to this, but if you really want to run cold-blooded, I mean, all these other perks are great, don't get me wrong. You got gun ho and you got dexterity, but there's one that I don't see often, and that is cold-blooded in a setup. And this is, I just, read it as it is. It sounds great. I'm going to run it. And I think that's going to wrap it up, guys. I think that is it. That is all my stats, my class setups. If you really want to see what my black market tier is quickly, then you can. 259? Yeah, going on 260. What I've unlocked, what I haven't unlocked, all that jazz. So yeah. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any more tips and tricks, be sure to watch out or tune in on my live streams, because I'm gonna try and do a few live streams a day or a night or two. Keep it up. But yeah, thanks again. Obviously, subscribe. It's been your boy Ollie, and I am out. Peace.